Good morning, everybody. Hello, Mac here. Welcome back to the show. Welcome to Sunday Show and Tell. We have another light one today. Things have slowed down a lot over the past couple weeks, and I think we all know why. I mean, Hasbro has even come right out and said they put out a release that pretty much pre-orders are on a indefinite hold right now while they try and navigate the ever-changing tariff landscape. So I think the big manufacturers, Mattel, Hasbro, even Lego to a point probably, is going to start slowing down on some things while they try and figure out what the future holds. So I also wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a lot of delays on some pre-orders that we already have. Like for me, there's a lot of G.I. Joe Classified that I have set up for pre-order that I have a feeling isn't going to hit the release date. Call me crazy on that. And I might be wrong, maybe I am wrong, but I feel like there's going to be a hold on a lot of things moving forward for the short-term future. We'll have to wait and see. But we do have some things to talk about, so go ahead and leave us a like while we start off with crowdfunders, as we always do, checking in on those. The first one that we have to talk about is Arkham Season 1. If you don't know what this is a novel that is written in the format of what if H.P. Lovecraft wrote a CW show, that it uses like the H.P. Lovecraft lore, the H.P. Lovecraft setting, and frames it as like one season of a CW show. Each chapter is its own season. The project has funded. They needed $250. They are currently sitting at, time of recording, 918. So that is going to print, and that will be finished in 3 days. The project is over 5/21. Another one that I was watching in the same vein of H.P. Lovecraft was The Deep Ones. That did not fund, no surprise, because there was very, very vague on what their project was doing, what was going on with it. But as of right now, the Deep Ones figures, purple and orange variant, are both up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, and they were up for pre-order, I believe, before the crowdfunder went live. So I'm curious to see if they're going to stay live. Those are $69.99 each. And they also have Father Dagon, that is a beast of a figure right there, and he is $219.99, $100 or $220 for Father Dagon right there. No Cthulhu yet. There was a Cthulhu that was part of the crowdfunder, and I know you can get that Cthulhu figure on eBay in some places for roughly the same price as Father Dagon right here. I don't know if these were like test pieces that were sent out or how people got their hands on them, but they are out there. You can find them on your own by checking eBay and other third-party sales places. But as of right now, there's no like official release of Cthulhu, just Father Dagon right here. The other one that we're going to be taking a look at is the G.I. Joe Field Guide. Now that one goes off today. It goes off today, 5/18, 9:01 p.m. Eastern Time. So depending on when you're watching this, it may have already gone off, but it's definitely getting funded. The funding goal was $36,000. Time of recording, they are sitting at, what is it? They are sitting at $220,117. So that is definitely getting funded. This one, time of recording, I still don't know if I'm going to go in on it, because while I think it's cool and while it's about, you know, my bread and butter, my beloved G.I. Joe, especially the vintage line, I don't know what I would do with this. I feel like this is one of those things, because the volumes are like pocket sized, I feel like this is one of those things that would be cool. I would get it, I would tuck it away, and then I would forget that I had it. What I'm more interested in are those not steel books, but those like $40 manuals that I can't remember what the name of them are right now, but that's what I'm thinking of getting into. So even if I start buying those, this is kind of redundant. I don't know. I do think it's cool. There have been some new unlocks since we talked about it last week, that they have unlocked Like I said, Volume 4, Vehicles and Playsets. They've unlocked cover flaps, unlocked bookmarkers, unlocked foil covers and spines, unlocked embossed covers, unlocked tear-out sheets, that there will be 4 lined pages at the back of each volume where you can take notes of your own at the back of each volume, which I think is very cool. And then the upcoming unlock that will unlock at $225,000. So roughly $5,000 left to go to reach that unlock is sticky notes, branded sticky notes, a pad of I think like 300 branded sticky notes. So that looks like it's the final unlock. And with only needing like less than $5,000 to get there, I have a feeling in these last couple days that there's a very good chance that it's going to get there. So, like I said, right now, I'm not sure if I'm going to jump in on this. I'm probably leaning no, but that's not because I don't think it's cool and I don't think it's worth it. I do. I just don't think I would do anything with it. The last one we're going to take a look at is a new one to the show. And it's not a new Kickstarter because, as a matter of fact, it goes off in 11 days. The campaign ends on 5/19. But this is very interesting to me. This is the Abe officially licensed 5-inch articulated action figure. This is based off of the 1997 PlayStation game, Abe's Oddysee, which was a very different kind of game at the time. It kind of had like this cult following of, it was a cult hit basically. I don't remember it being like a huge hit, but I remember it having like a cult fandom. This is an officially licensed figure, and it's being, the project is being produced by a company called Game T. They have had 19 successfully funded projects on Kickstarter. This figure is 5 inches tall, has 10 points of articulation. At least in the video that you show, that they show, it has like very basic articulation. But if you scroll down through the campaign, as the campaign has gone on, as they've hit new goals, new thresholds, new levels. What am I trying to say? As the donors have increased, they've added like new articulation to the ankles. They're fixing some things up. They're streamlining it. They're really making it like just right there on the edge of like a premium figure. The unlocked stretch goals so far have been like an additional head that you'll get with it, which if you're a backer, you can vote on which one that you want to unlock. There's like a closed mouth worried or an open mouth worried. This is a UK project, and for one figure in USD, the project is $38. So $38 for this one-shot figure. It's 5 inches tall. I don't think it's that bad considering this is an indie company, and they have stated that this is it. They're not going to be making any more after this Kickstarter. Like, they're not going to be selling on Entertainment Earth or Big Bad or anything. Once this Kickstarter goes off, that's it. They'll have some surplus, as Kickstarters always do, to replace like damages or lost items, broken items, things like that. But after a while, all of their surplus will be sold on their website. But then that's it. No more. This is a one and done, not going to go to mass market. The goal in USD was $18,596. They're currently sitting at $90,098. So this is funded. This is definitely going into production. Also, it has some really cool looking collector's packaging that in the video they show you. He basically just sits in the plastic tray with a lid that comes down over top of it. So once again, you can take Abe out, you can play around with him, pose him, take some photos of him, put him back in the package. Now at 5 inches tall, he's going to be a little shorter than your 6-inch scale, than your 1/12 scale figures. But truthfully, who's to say Abe's just not short? A quick update on some upcoming things and some new releases. First of all, don't forget that Valaverse's Praetorian Wraith will be showing at IshCon this weekend. As a matter of fact, today, the 18th, the day you're watching this, the day this video goes live, is the final day of IshCon. And Valaverse has said after that, so after today, at some point in the future, their surplus Praetorian Wraiths will be going up for sale on the Valaverse website, so you'll have a chance at this color variant of the Praetorian figure. I'm more than likely going to try to get my hands on one of these. I do really like the Praetorian, so color variants, I'd be into that. I'm going to check this out. I think this is cool. It looks good. I like the name. I like the idea that it's kind of like a stealth cloaking figure. Don't forget there is a chase figure that is a translucent figure, which is supposed to like portray it as invisible. Only 100 of them made. Best of luck to you if you want one of those. Don't know when it's going to be put up on Valaverse's website, but we will keep you informed. Also, Neca Toys' Haulathon ended this past Friday, and I completely slept in and forgot to do a Friday video for the final week. I know, I suck. Sorry about that. But they didn't have what I wanted. They didn't have Wedding Dress Lydia to go along with the Beetlejuice. I'm very upset about that. However, if you missed out on Haulathon, if things are sold out on Haulathon, that is not the end-all be-all, because it looks like, for the most part, all of the Haulathon NECA items, not Kid Robot, not the plushies, but like the NECA figures, are now up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. This is definitely a deal where like Target got first rounds and Target had them in stock. It wasn't a pre-order, but it looks like there's going to be another round of this stuff coming through, and we can order it from Big Bad. We can order it from Entertainment Earth. So options are there. Options are available. And speaking of options for ordering, there is another one that has shifted over to Big Bad Toy Store, and that is the Nacelle company. Last week, I think it was last week or the week before, we talked about RoboForce Wave 2 that was available for pre-order on the Nacelle company store. Now Wave 2 is available for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store as well. What is not available for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store is Wave 1 Second Edition with the animated series inspired packaging, with the new packaging. Big Bad Toy Store still has Wave 1, but not in the new packaging. For that, you would still have to go over to the Nacelle store. Big Bad Toy Store also has RoboForce the Hero Set 2-pack on sale. This is Max 89 and Wrecker in a 2-pack, and that is going for $82.49. It's in stock, no tariff surcharges on that sale price. So if you missed out on the first two and you want to get them and you don't really care about the packaging because what's in the packaging is still the same figure, Big Bad has that 2-pack up for sale and all of Wave 2 up for pre-order. They also have Nacelleverse Volume 1 trade paperback that is Biker Mice from Mars and RoboForce. The comic version of the Nacelleverse, from what I saw on the panels that are available, is not quite the same as the animated series. First and foremost, it looks like Detonator has sort of taken Hundred's place, that Detonator is working with Max. So there are going to be some differences, but if you're a collector of a certain age, you're very used to the comic and the TV show not exactly adding up. What is included in this 216-page trade paperback is Nacelleverse issue 0, RoboForce issues 1 through 3, Biker Mice from Mars issues 1 through 3. This is $29.99, $30, also up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. Now, last week we talked about McFarlane Toys. Spawn the Dark Ages Bloodaxe, 2 gold label figures went up for pre-order exclusively at GameStop. We had the standard release, or what I thought was the standard release of the figure, that is $69.99, gold label, GameStop exclusive, bright colors, cool looking horse. $69.99 for what amounts to a figure and a horse sort of 2-pack. I don't have a problem with that. I didn't think that was too outside the realm of like what it should cost. But they also had this variant right here with the darker colors, a darker horse. I really liked the look of this figure. As a matter of fact, this is the one that I would want if I was going to get it, because I really like the look, the feel, the whole attitude, the coloring of it. I thought this was really cool. However, this is an autographed edition, and that is $99.99, $100 for this figure, just because it has McFarlane's signature. I'm not somebody that really cares about things like that too much. There are some that I would have loved to have gotten. Like, I pre-ordered the Venom statue that was autographed by McFarlane because it was Venom. He created that, and Venom's awesome, and that was an exclusive. Went up for pre-order on Target, pre-ordered that one, ended up having it canceled. But that was really the only time I was into an autographed series item from McFarlane Toys, so I didn't want to spend $100 on this. Well, this week, this version, the picture did change. I know it doesn't look like it, but this version is up for pre-order on McFarlane Toy Store, Big Bad Toy Store, and Entertainment Earth, where this is basically that $100 figure minus the autographed card. It is not a gold label exclusive. It is a standard release, and it is $69.99, the same price as that other one. So I'm glad I waited. I'm glad I didn't put it on pre-order. Although I guess if you did put it on pre-order, you could just cancel if you wanted to go with the lower priced one. So I'm digging this. I'm very happy about this. I'm very excited about this. I actually pre-ordered this one. Now, speaking of updates to pre-orders, Big Bad Workshop, it looks like we're getting closer and closer to some Monster Force releases, to getting like plastic in hand, because they have updated a few of their listings for Monster Force from digital renders to actual photos. So they're getting completed product in their hand. And the one that I paid attention to the most was this guy, the General. Now, there was one very specific reason that I wanted this one. When you look at this picture, the accessory pictures, the render with the figure and the additional accessories, you can see there is the head that comes on the figure, and then there are 3 additional face portraits right there. When we got the photos, they put up photos of 3 versions of the General, but it's missing one face portrait. It's missing the one that I wanted. Now, when you look at the description still says includes 4 additional face portraits. Or I'm sorry, includes 3 additional face portraits. I don't know if that means 3 total or 3 in addition to the one that comes on the figure now. But if it doesn't come with the one that's missing, I'm going to be really bummed about that, because that's the one that I wanted. Because, I mean, that's basically General Flag from the Marvel Comics. And I've been wanting a General Flag figure, even when I was a kid. Even when I was a kid in the 80s and I was collecting the line, I kept saying, why don't they have a General Flag figure? Like, I legit wanted that dude. He was so cool to me. Like, he was so cool. And I thought this was my chance to get it. But now, nada. So I'm kind of bummed about that. If he doesn't come with it, we're going to have to wait and see. I'm debating if I'm still going to get it or not, because the photos don't show it, but the description says there's 3 additional. So I don't know, maybe I'm just going to have to wait and see somebody else gets it to see if it comes with it. We'll have to wait and see for that. This is a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, and it is $36.99 for the figure. Does not include the tariff surcharge. And we're going to end the show with a look at Hot Toys, because they have put out yet another 1/6 scale Darth Vader because of the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. For this Darth Vader figure, there are multiple options. There are 4 options. You have the collector's edition, you have the special edition, you have the deluxe version, and then you have the deluxe version exclusive. And I'm going to tell you as best I can as to what the difference is between all of them. First, we have the collector, and the specials edition comes with everything you see right here. The Vader figure with all of his accessories. It has the removable helmet with the Hayden Christensen likeness underneath. It has a wired cape, multiple hands, a figure stand with a really cool Death Star backdrop that looks really good. Has the lightsaber with the LED lights in it, and the lightsaber comes with 2 blades, standard ignited, and the wavy motion one. The deluxe version comes with all of that, Plus, it comes with a Dr. Frankenstein tilting table of when they were basically sealing him in his environmental suit. His skin was still smoking when they put the suit on him. Anyhow, comes the tilting table, comes with an exposed, ungloved mechanical hand, which I think is kind of cool. It has 2 medical assistant droids that you can see right here. And if you look closely, they're actually attached to black wires that kind of conform. You can bend them to like shape to the table, and it kind of helps to hide them so that you can mount the droids on top of these wires so they can be hovering around Anakin while he's being worked on, which I think is really cool. And that is what you get for the deluxe version, standard and exclusive. Now, the special edition and the deluxe version exclusive, what makes them special is this: the Revenge of the Sith 20th Anniversary Commemorative Metal Plaque. If you want to get this, go for it. If you want to spend the extra money for that plaque, go for it. I am not going to dissuade you from doing that. I paid an extra $10 for my Darth Revan to get a gold-plated coin in it for the collector's edition. I should have brought it down to show you, but you can see that video right here as a members exclusive. The price for this ranges anywhere from $315 to $495, depending on which version you get. Sideshow Collectibles is still the best place to get it. It is the best price. They also have their payment plans available for all 4 versions, so you don't have to just chuck all of that money out there at once. Thank you for joining me and making it to the end. Like I said, this was going to be a really short episode. Things have been on hold. We all know why. But in the meantime, I finished watching season 1 of the Nacelleverse. I finished watching RoboForce. That was a really cool ending. I really liked that. That song still gets stuck in my head sometimes. I'm probably going to go ahead and rewatch the show all over again, and I can't wait to see Biker Mice from Mars come out. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have something to say about what we talked about today. I love you all for making it to the end of the video, and if you like what we do here and want to help the channel grow, please remember that you can by becoming a member for $1 a month, either through YouTube memberships or by becoming a monthly subscriber to my Ko-fi page. As a member, you'll have early access to all of our videos, access to a members-only Discord, and members-only videos every month. This month, we take a look at the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Darth Revan, and he's awesome. Please remember, everyone, play well, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.